Today we're going to review percent proportions, specifically the percent equation. Here's our formula for the percent equation. Part equals percent times whole. What is 6% of $45.50? When you're trying to solve a problem like this, the what is usually a variable. This will represent your equal sign. Of will represent multiplication. Our percent was given to us, and percents should always be changed to decimals before you multiply. So once that is done, 600 times 45.50 will give you $2.73. Let's try one on our own. What percent of $15 is $9? Here's our percent equation formula. Part equals percent times whole. And because of the commutative property, order of the whole times the percent does not matter, so I wrote it also as part equals whole times percent. So we're going to look for our keywords. Of represents multiplication, is represents our equal sign. We're going to drop down our $15 in between the two and our $9 here. Now, what percent is what we're trying to find? So that is going to be our variable. I'm going to use the letter N to represent our percent. Now, N times 15 equals 9. We need to solve this. I'm going to flip-flop our 15 and our 9 to make this look like a one-step equation, which we have been learning about in class. So in order to get N by itself and to solve for N, I must divide both sides by 15, because 15 divided by 15 will give me 1. That means that N will be alone on this side. And 9 divided by 15 will give me 60. Our answer is in percent form, so we do have to change 60 to 60%. So 60% of $15 is $9. Let's try another one. Equation formula here, and I'm going to look for my keywords. Is and of. Is represents equal, and of will represent my multiplication. I'm going to bring my 120 because it's right next to the of, 120. And I have a percent here, and I need to convert that percent to a decimal. And I know that there's a decimal between my 0 and my percent sign. I'm going to move that decimal 2 places to the left. And now I have either 4/10, or I can write this as 40 hundredths. So I'm going to use 40 hundredths. And for my what number, which is my part, I'm going to use the letter P. So I'm going to go ahead and solve this, and simply all I have to do is multiply these two numbers. So I have 120 times 40 hundredths, and anything multiplied by 0 will give me 0. So I have 3 numbers here, so it's going to be 0, 2 times 0 is 0, and 1 times 0 is 0. I'm going to put a placeholder here because now I'm going to start multiplying in my 10th place. So 4 times 0 is 0, and 2 times 4 is 8, and 1 times 4 is going to give me 4. So now I'm going to add this all up, which is 4,800. And I have 2 decimal places here, so I'm going to move my decimal 2 places over, and my answer is 48. So 48 is 40% of 120. Let's try one more. 18 is 25% of what number? Here I have my percent equation, And I'm going to look for my keywords of and is. Is represents equal. Of represents to multiply. I'm going to bring down my 18 and my 25%. I'm going to quickly convert that to a decimal. I know that I have a decimal here, so I'm going to move it 2 places over. And now I have 25 hundredths. What number represents our whole? So we're going to use W for whole. And now I'm simply going to rewrite this without my multiplication sign. And now this very much looks like a one-step equation. So I'm going to put my W here. I'm going to divide both sides by 25 hundredths because I want to get W by itself. And the only way to do that is to do 25 hundredths divided by 25 hundredths is going to give me 1. And we know that anything multiplied by 1 is going to be itself, so that's why W is here. And 18 divided by 25 hundredths is going to give me 72. So 18 is 25% of 72.